So straight up, I've been waiting for a movie to come along that's dumb enough to wear my Beebo shirt for the review, and that time has finally come. It's dumb, guys. It's a dumb movie. The crowd I saw it with was amazing, though. The second the Truth or Dare game started, and like mundane, catty secrets started coming out, there was a family next to me that started going, oh! And it was like over stupid shit like, oh, I'm in love with your boyfriend. And it was just really dumb and funny, and it was amazing.
Truth or dare?
Dare.
I know it sounds insane.
Just a little.
Carter said, tell the truth or you die. Do the dare or you die.
Refuse to play. You know what? Screw this. And you die.
Truth or Dare is Blumhouse's newest film, directed by Jeff Wadlow. It stars Lucy Hale, Tyler Posey, and Violet Bean. It tells the story of a group of friends who get dragged by a stranger into a cursed game of Truth or Dare, and then they are forced to play at the cost of their lives. It's about as dumb as it sounds. I don't think anyone expected this movie to be good, and it's not. But I guess what I was hoping is that it wouldn't take itself too seriously, something more along the lines of this year's Happy Death Day than this year's version of Wish Upon. And it was the latter. But that being said, it's harmless. It's not offensively bad, but it's not stupid enough to be funny either. It's definitely not scary. It's just exactly what you'd expect from a low-level Blumhouse movie. A bunch of really unlikable characters, cheap jump scares, a really lazy script. At the very least, though, this has the perk of giving you a laugh every time the demon shows its stupid fucking face. So a bit of backstory about this film. This is not an exaggeration, this is actually how it went down. I'm going to read a quote. This is an actual quote from Jeff Wadlow. The movie, if you really think about it, was a dare. I met with Jason and he said, do you want to make a movie called Truth or Dare? And I said, do you have a script? Do you have anything? And he said, nope. And basically in the room, I pitched out the opening scene when Giselle sets that woman on fire in the gas station. I came up with that on the spot and he was like, that's amazing. What happens next? And I said, I don't know. I'm just making this up. And that's really how this movie plays out. It definitely seems like the kind of movie where people just made shit up as they went along. It borrows heavily from other better films like It Follows, The Ring, Would You Rather, and then throws them into a blender along with a lackluster script. I can't even pretend the premise isn't interesting. It kind of is. But the execution is so all over the place and it becomes really evident that they had no idea what they wanted this movie to be. Half the time it's trying to be taken seriously with dramatic character reveals and genuine attempts at scares. I say attempts because they weren't effective. But the ridiculously shallow dialogue and poor characterization and that stupid fucking demon face really makes it seem like this movie wanted to be self-aware and comedic. They even have a line where somebody references the fact that the demon face looks like a Snapchat filter. That is peak self-awareness. But I feel like that line had to have been ADR'd after people saw the trailer because it's spoken off screen and no one ever references it again. The pacing in the first act is just breakneck and so awkward. Characters spout off these really awkward expository monologues about how, hey, remember how we were friends since high school and we've never been apart since? Hey, remember how my dad killed himself? Every conversation between Olivia and Marky is just spouting off all this ridiculously heavy-handed exposition at the audience. And it's so ham-fisted and so awkward, and it's just really uncomfortable to watch. No one reacted to any deaths, no one was skeptical at the beginning, and it was just this awfully quick progression from, hey, that was a weird guy we just encountered, to, hey, this Truth or Dare game is killing us and I'm gonna blurt out my friend's deep dark secret in the middle of a crowded library. Everybody gets on board with the whole demonic Truth or Dare game, like, way too quickly. And yet, in spite of all that, I found myself not hating this movie? For reasons I can't even fully explain, and I swear it's not just because I got to look at Lucy Hale for 90 minutes. I think it's because, on a technical level, this movie was fine. Not good, not bad, just fine. It was serviceable. How was the acting? It was average. How was the directing? It was okay. And more from that. From the rooftop scene onward, I found myself, I don't want to say invested, because I didn't give a shit about any of these characters past Olivia, but intrigued to see where the plot was going because it took a couple directions that I genuinely didn't expect and was kind of surprised at, and I was curious to see how it would all end up. I wasn't on the edge of my seat or anything, but I was like, okay, this could play out interestingly, and it kind of did. Don't get me wrong, there are some enjoyable elements of this film. I really did enjoy Olivia's character arc. I thought that it was fun trying to figure out the different ways the characters were gonna die, but really that's like the best this film has to offer. It's a more tame, really awkwardly bloodless version of Final Destination meets It Follows. And while there were those elements that I did enjoy, it's certainly not enough for me to say that this was a good movie. Did this review feel all over the place? That's how the movie felt. And I really don't think there's gonna be many people arguing that it's good. There are definitely gonna be some people arguing that it's fun, and for that, I would say your mileage really varies. Personally, I felt that this would have been actually pretty good if it was more self-aware and less trying to be straight horror. Had it picked one direction or the other, horror or comedy, I think it actually could have worked, and I think it could have been pretty good. But as it is, it's not offensively bad enough or comedically good enough to be anything above or below meh. The premise is interesting and it's decently made on a technical level, but its lack of consistent tone and its extremely poor writing decisions take it down a bunch and make it pretty forgettable overall. Personally, I didn't find it bad enough or self-aware enough to find funny in either direction. And I mean, that's really all gonna come down to personal preference. I think some people will find this movie so bad it's hilarious. I think some people will think this movie is just self-aware enough to be hilarious. And I think some people will just think it's dumb. I kind of fall into the latter category. It wasn't good or bad enough to be dumb fun, and it was just kind of dumb to me. It's the kind of movie I would throw on in the background at a party and not really pay attention to. And for situations like that, I think it would work fine, but it's not the kind of movie I would really want to actively sit down and watch again. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, click down there and like and comment and subscribe. And if you really like this channel, we have a Patreon now. The link is in the description. There are a ton of cool rewards that you guys can check out. Anything from a special thank you to you guys getting to pick the movie I review once a month. Patronage is on a per video basis, but Patreon's cool in that you can set a monthly spending cap for yourself and you get to choose how much you give a month. Even $1 helps, guys, seriously. It would just mean the world to me and we can improve this channel and give better quality and more videos for you guys to enjoy. So please consider donating, but even if you don't, guys, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it and I will see you very soon.
Truth or dare?